हरि ओम. ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः. ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. ओम. Param Poojya Guruji, Swami Tejomayananda ji, has composed his Subodha Vedanta, Vedanta made easy. And explained the same. His commentary on his own composition is lucid, easy to read, introspective, and peppered with humor. It inspires the reader to embark on an inward journey towards peace and happiness. The dialogue between a disciple and his guru covers important topics of life like the nature of the self, proof of God, and purpose of creation. It shows us that Vedanta is easy, interesting, and practical, and it is possible to free ourselves from the worldwide spread web of Maya. It has got the topics like this: contents, introduction, invocation, prarthana, qualification of the student, Shishya Lakshanam, qualification of the Guru, Guru Lakshanam, the nature of the self, Atma Swarupam, proof of God, Isha Siddhi, 5 types of faith, Panchadha Shraddha, inquiry of means and goals, Sadhana Sadhya Vivek, inquiry into spiritual practices, Sadhana Vivek, crossing over Maya, Maya Santaranam, purpose of the universe, Jagat Prayojanam, types of liberations, Mukti Prakaraha, bliss of liberation, Jivan Muktananda, Nandaha, gratitude, Kritadnyata. Introduction. Vedanta is the very essence of the Vedas and the ultimate in Hindu thought and knowledge. Generally, we hear people calling it serious, difficult, very high, or very dry, or that it leaves us high and dry. This is not true. Vedanta is very interesting as it speaks about me, my life, my true nature, and my goals. It can be a lot of fun as it makes me realize how ridiculous my cares and worries actually are and how easy it is to be happy. It can be taught in a scholarly way or it can be made very easy. Subodha Vedanta is an attempt to make Vedanta easy to understand. My playful mood has got me sometimes into trouble, but at one time it led me to something beautiful. During the 16th Vedanta course in Mumbai, I was asking some people in jest, "Oh friend, where are you going?" This playful mood continued and started the composition of a series of Sanskrit verses at different times. Various types of Vedanta emerged in pairs and troika of verses. Later, they were put together into a sequence which I present now as Subodha Vedanta. God creates effortlessly. With His blessings, we too can create effortlessly. So is Subodha Vedanta, composed by me. Yes, yet I truly feel that it was inspired and blessed by God as the verses emerged effortlessly. The third Vedanta Darshan course in February 2017 at Chinmaya Gardens, Coimbatore, gave me an opportunity to give discourses on Subodh Vedanta for the first time to some sincere students of Vedanta. Swami Aparokshananda, Melbourne, translated, transcribed the talks. Brahmacharya Darshika Chaitanya typed the edited version. I am grateful to all who edited and re edited, designed and got it ready for print. My sincere thanks to Sri Thakur Tarapur for sponsoring the first print of one more of my compositions. May the grace of Puja Gurudev be on him and his family. May this composition and his commentary enable seekers to understand Vedanta easily and thoroughly. Tejomayananda. Invocation Prarthana. वक्तुं सुबोधवेदान्तं प्रवृत्तो ह्यबुधोऽप्यहं कृपया यस्य तं वन्दे श्रीगणेशं पुनः पुनः वन्दे सरस्वतीं देवीं सद्गुरुं मे महामतिं सीतासमेत श्रीरामं यच्छन्तु शुभदां मतिम्. I bow down again and again to Lord Ganesh, by whose grace I venture to expound the text Subodha Vedanta, despite being ignorant. I bow down to Goddess Saraswati, to my great Sadguru, and to Lord Sri Ram, along with Sita Devi. May they all bless me with auspicious thoughts. Grace. Grace is that factor in our life that makes the difficult easy, the impossible possible. Grace makes even a dumb person a great orator, or the talkative person dumbstruck, and enables the lame person to scale impossible heights. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim. Gita Dhyanam 8. It is not gross like a perceived object. Faith or grace, yes, grace. Grace is not gross like a perceived object, but can be experienced by all. Like sunlight, it is universal and available to all. Some recognize it, some admit it, and some appreciate its role in their life. Some even call it luck, chance, or accident. However, to some, it is very evident and seen in every breath of their lives. Invoking grace. A turbine helps to manifest the electricity potentially present in water, and churning brings to the surface the butter that pervades the curds. Similarly, prayer is a powerful way of invoking God's grace, which is available at all times to everyone equally. Pray to whom and what? The one greedy for wealth preys on the wealthy, and the one who wants good health seeks a doctor who is himself healthy. Naturally, one who wants blessings should pray to the one who has abundant grace and power and compassion to bestow it. The Almighty Lord has infinite grace and unconditional compassion, so He alone should be invoked to shower His grace. Following the Hindu tradition and my own altar of reverence, I invoke grace, the grace of the remover of all obstacles, Lord Ganesh, the goddess of knowledge, Goddess Saraswati, the revered Sadguru, Swami Chinmayananda, and the Lord of my heart, Sri Rama, along with his beloved consort Sita. Through their grace, all that I do will become easy, joyful, and joy giving. May they bless me with auspicious thoughts. May the highest knowledge flow as my thoughts and words effortlessly. The Vedas also say, may noble thoughts come to us from all sides. आनो भद्राक क्रतवो यंतु विश्वतः ऋग्वेद 189:1. It is God alone who has the power to bless. We can only become His instruments of grace. The Chinmaya Mission pledge, therefore, has the prayer, may Thy grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. O God, make me a fit instrument to receive noble thoughts as Your grace and express them through my words and deeds. Qualification of the student. Shishya Lakshanam. पूर्वार्जितेन पुण्येन सर्वेशानुग्रहेण च जायते तत्त्वजिज्ञासा प्रीतिर्यस्य परात्मनि कृपापात्रस्यैवायं गुरुं सेवेत भक्तितः भवेत्तेनैव योग्यश्च साधनाभ्यासतत्परः. The one in whom, due to the accumulated merits of the past and the grace of the Lord, the desire to know the truth and love for the Supreme Self arises. Such a recipient of grace comes to serve the teacher with devotion, and by that he becomes fit to engage in spiritual discipline. The Seeker's Journey. A journey starts from where we are. A spiritual journey is a strange one. It starts from where we are and culminates in knowing who we are. Who is a spiritual seeker and how does his journey start? A seeker's journey starts with inquiry. Amongst millions in this world, some rare ones become true spiritual seekers. Manushanam sahasreshu kaschid siddhaye. Gita 7.3. Why do such few seek meaning to life, a higher purpose, or noble goals? Who asks questions like, who am I? Who is God? Why is there suffering in the world? What is the purpose of creation? Why do some inherently love God? Or some are drawn towards reading and studying philosophy, the scriptures, and lives of saints? There are but two factors because of which one is a spiritual seeker. The first is the meritorious deeds done in the past, maybe in this birth, but more likely in several previous births. Saint Jnaneshwar Maharaj writes, it is the result of countless merits done in past lives, due to which love for God arises in the heart. बहुत सुकृतांची जोडी म्हणून विठ्ठली आवडी. Shri Krishna too says, at the end of many lifetimes spent in good deeds and worship, a mature seeker comes to me. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Gita 7.19. The second factor is the grace of God. In fact, both factors are necessary for success in any field. Our efforts and grace. We often see that in spite of all that we do not succeed. But by some divine intervention, some unknown factor, things just work out. The Lord is kind. He asks us to do the best we can, even if it is minuscule. It is ready, he is ready to do the rest. In the school test, even if we get 32 marks out of 100 in a subject, we are given 3 grace marks so that we attain the 35 marks required for passing. Were it not for the grace marks, we would have failed the test and even had to repeat the year. It might be considered a little disgraceful to pass with grace marks in school, but in our spiritual journey, it is wonderful to progress by His grace. In our spiritual journey, grace is understood to be the more important factor than we see the deeds of our present life or even think about our past lives. We do not see much merit. We do not seem to deserve all the support, protection, and knowledge that we get. We therefore understand that it is grace alone that starts us on this journey, keeps us going, and supports us till we reach the goal. Swami Krishnananda of the Divine Life Society says that the very fact that you remember God means that He is thinking of you. Without grace, we cannot even remember Him. So, the first step on our spiritual journey is from His side. Seeker to disciple. The journey starts with inquiry and matures into a desire to know the truth, Tattva Jijnasa. The seeker then starts looking for a guru. He need not worry, who will be my guru? Where and when will I find him? How will I know he is my guru? The Lord makes it his responsibility to bring the right guru for each true seeker. The intense desire for knowledge makes it happen. Once the seeker meets, recognizes, and accepts the Guru, he becomes a disciple, Shishya. Who is a disciple? One who submits to discipline is a disciple. Only when the feeling of disciplehood comes does the Guru teach. Sri Krishna and Arjun were great friends for many years, yet he was never given spiritual knowledge by Sri Krishna. On the Kurukshetra battlefield, Arjun declared, I am confused. I surrender to you. Please accept me as your disciple and teach me. कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यश्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. Sri Krishna then taught him the Gita. A devotee may love and serve the Guru and wish to be in his presence all the time, but he or she may not learn and transform through the knowledge of the Guru. So, a seeker or a devotee must become a disciple to a Guru to progress on his spiritual journey. Swami Tapovan Maharaj would narrate a humorous story. A young seeker went to a Guru and asked, what are the duties of a disciple? He was told that he should take care of all the needs of the Guru, cook and clean, get flowers for worship, massage his feet, and so on. The seeker said, that is good. Now teach me how to become a Guru. Serve and deserve. Devoted service to the Guru makes the disciple more focused in his spiritual practices and more qualified to know the truth. His wish to know the truth becomes an intense desire to realize the truth. Sri Krishna says, know the truth by approaching the Guru with humility, serving him with devotion, and asking him to teach the truth. तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया Gita 4.34. So, what are the special qualifications needed for the spiritual journey? The next verse elaborates. विवेकादिगुणैर्युक्तस्तीव्रया च मुमुक्षया अयमेवोत्तमश्रेष्ठो मुक्तस्यादिति निश्चितम्. One who is endowed with qualities like viveka and so on, and intense longing for liberation, he alone is the best disciple. Such a disciple will certainly be liberated. Eligibility test. We have to be eligible to get admission for a course, and in some colleges a student is eligible to take the year end exam only if he has a minimum of 90% of class attendance. A famous, rich, handsome young bachelor is considered a very eligible prospective husband. So, who is the most qualified student for spiritual knowledge? Let us undergo a disciple eligibility test. Basic test. The student needs to tune his mind to the teacher's mind for the right and easy flow of knowledge. He also needs to be ready to do what is required and as instructed to do. The best student, Uttama Adhikari, understands what is in the mind of the teacher even when not spoken, and does what needs to be done even without verbal instructions. The mediocre Madhyam student does what he is told to do, nothing more, nothing less. The ordinary student, Samanya, does not do even when told to do, or does after being told repeatedly. And the not so good student, Adhama, does exactly the opposite of what is told to him. Nachiketa asserts that at many times he has been the best and many times the mediocre student, but never the ordinary or bad student. बहूनामेमि प्रथमो बहूनामेमि मध्यमः. Kathopanishad 1.1.5. Advanced test. Vedanta enumerates the fourfold qualifications as 1. Viveka. It is the ability to analyze and distinguish. It also includes the dexterity to think of the pros and cons. Uha poha vichakshanaha. Vivek Chudamani 16. And objectively analyze a topic or situation from all angles, critical thinking. We all have this ability and use it in different spheres of life. The scientist forms theories, the businessman trades, and the investor invests on the basis of analyzed data. In order to live a happy life, we all need this ability to distinguish between the means and goal, sadhana, sadhya, vivek, the right and wrong, dharma, adharma, vivek, the good and pleasant, shreya, preya, vivek, and the part and the whole, amsha, amshi, vivek. This intellectual ability is most important for a spiritual seeker. He uses it to distinguish between the permanent and ephemeral, nitya anitya vivek, the self and not self, atma anatma vivek, and the real and illusory sat asat vivek, in order to determine the nature of the eternal self, truth. Second, Vairagya. It is the ability to detach. When our mind realizes that it gets nothing from an object or person, it becomes disinterested or detached. Abhava buddhe audasinyam. Abhava buddhe audasinyam. Vairagya. The worldly minded person is quite detached about spiritual matters. When the mind finds an object or person that gives more joy, It detaches from the previous one. A child loses interest in the tricycle when he gets a bicycle. Vairagya is the absence of both likes and dislikes. An advanced spiritual seeker neither craves for nor hates the world or worldly pleasures. He is indifferent to them as he has, through experience and viveka, realized that they cause bondage and sorrow. They are illusory and impermanent, and they do not give real happiness or peace. A saint sings, if people wish to enjoy worldly pleasures, let them. I have interest only in God. If the world rejects me, then so be it. लोग दुनिया के भोगों में मौज लूटे तो लूटन दे, मुझे है काम ईश्वर से, जगत रूठे तो रूठन दे. Shat Sampatti. The sixfold virtues are the invaluable wealth needed by all, especially for spiritual seekers. Shama, the ability to control the mind and quieten it. One who has accomplished this virtue does not get disturbed even when provoked and put through the severest of tests. The student, however, should learn to bring the mind in control and quieten it quickly if and when it gets agitated. B. Dhamma. It is the ability to control the activities of the sense organs of perception, ears, skin, eyes, tongue, and nose, and the sense organs of action, speech, hands, legs, genitals, and anus. To make the mind calm when someone insults is called shama, and not to retort in kind is called dhamma. Uparati. The practice of viveka, vairagya, shama, and dhamma results in uparati, the ability to withdraw the mind from external preoccupation. Samadhan. It is the ability of the withdrawn mind to get absorbed within. Scientists spend hours uncaring for the goings on around them, completely absorbed in their research. The spiritual seeker should be able to meditate on the self within, unmindful of the noise or happenings around him. Titiksha is the ability to forbear all the sorrows, both physical and mental, that life gives without reacting, worrying, or lamenting. Sahanam sarvadukhanam apratikaraपूर्वकं चिन्ताविलापरहितं सातितिक्षा निगद्यते. Viveka Chudamani 24. When we get upset by the small changes in the setup, they are no more small as we have made them big enough to react to them. What comes will go. What cannot be cured has to be endured. The opposites like heat and cold, physical level, joy and sorrow, mental level, and honor and dishonor, intellectual level, must be endured for us to progress in life. Reacting, lamenting, worrying, and getting impatient will only make us more unhappy. We have to learn to accept the pinpricks of life cheerfully. That is titiksha. Shraddha. If it is the ability to trust in a seen or unseen power, it helps us walk the spiritual path without worry. It is very important and is dealt with in more details in section 6, Five Types of Faith. Mumukshutvam. It is the desire to be free from bondage, sorrows, tensions, stress, and strain. This is the wrong motivating factor. This is the strong motivating factor which keeps the spiritual seeker walking the path till he reaches the goal of liberation. If the desire for liberation is not intense, the seeker gets easily distracted and even loses interest. It is well said that a happy slave is the worst enemy of freedom. Until and unless we feel suffocated, uncomfortable, and restless with our inner shackles of attachments, prejudices, insistences, possessiveness, and so on, we will do nothing to get rid of them. When we get tired of our life and lifestyle, we make changes in them. The spiritual seeker wishes to rid himself of all bondages and sorrows once and for all, right here and now. Intense desire for liberation is often given the analogy of longing for water when one's hair is on fire, or longing for air when one is drowning. It is interesting to note that we find all the four qualities in us for the maximum extent when we are listening to the Guru's discourses on self knowledge. That is why we understand the truth so clearly then. This state of mind is because of the presence and glory of the Guru and Satsang. The same knowledge somehow seems to get forgotten or becomes unclear later on as we go about our worldly duties. We therefore need to develop the four qualities to such an extent that they remain with us always. The fact that we are reading this book shows that we already have the qualification to walk the spiritual path. All we need to do is strengthen these qualities. These qualities. Qualification of the Guru Lakshana. Students seek to get admission in the best of universities with a great faculty and teaching program, and which gets good results. Universities too advertise to get highly qualified students. With the meeting of the best students and teachers, success is guaranteed. Having seen who is a fit disciple, we now explore who is a great guru. श्रोत्रियो ब्रह्मनिष्ठश्च नैव कामः तश्च सः दयालुर्देशिको दक्षः शिष्यः प्रश्ननिवारकः. The Guru is one who is well versed in the scriptures, established in the highest reality, Brahman, and is never afflicted by desires. He is compassionate and skilled in removing all doubts of his disciple. Guru. One who teaches is called Guru. Grunati iti Guru. One who removes the darkness of ignorance with the light of knowledge is a Guru. Gukara andhakarascha rukarastan nivartakaha. Right from our childhood, we have many teachers, but a spiritual Guru is the one who enlightens us with the knowledge of the truth or self, which liberates us from the cycle of birth and death, who is qualified to awaken us from the sleep of beginningless ignorance of the truth. Qualities of the Guru. All great teachers of any subject will have the qualities enumerated below. Please take on a special connotation in the spiritual quest. These take on a special connotation in the spiritual quest. Shrotriyaha. A teacher must be well versed in his subject. The mastery over the subject evokes a natural respect in the student and inspires him to learn more and delve deep. The Vedas are the valid means that reveal the knowledge of the truth self and therefore the Guru must have a mastery over the Vedantic scriptures like the Upanishads, Gita, and Brahma Sutras. Those who are themselves confused and ignorant but consider themselves wise and scholars due to a scriptural study of the scriptures or taught by one who is not well versed in the scriptures are like blind leading the blind. अविद्यायामन्तरे वर्तमाना स्वयं धीराः प्रपण्डितं मन्यमानाः जङ्घन्यमानाः पर्यन्ति मूढा अन्धेनैव नीयमाना यथा मुण्डकोपनिषत् 1.2.8 Brahmanistha. The teacher must also be well established in the knowledge he teaches. One finds professors who have mastered many scriptures and teach the Advaita philosophy without belief even in the existence of the truth. For one without faith, where is the question of realization of the truth? Asti iti brotonyatra katham tadupalabhyate. Kathopanishad 2.3.12. The knower of the truth is verily the truth. Brahma Veda Brahmaiva Bhavati Mundakopanishad 3.2.9. The very presence of the Guru, who is well established in the truth, is a blessing and an inspiration for the disciple. Since the Guru has undergone all the spiritual practices, he can guide the disciple with his first-hand experience. Also, seeing a realized master fills the disciple with the confidence that with guidance and grace, he too can attain realization. An advanced student went into a meditative trance when instructed by an unexperienced Guru. Not knowing what to do, the Guru got scared and much to the chagrin of the student, he was shaken out of the trance. Nakamahatah. A selfless teacher gives priority to the well-being of the student above his own needs and comforts. A realized master is free from all desires. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatam atmanyevatmana tushtasthita prajnastadocchate. Gita 2.55. A realized master is free from all desires and therefore totally selfless. He has no craving for name, fame, pleasures or comforts, and is therefore without greed, anger, attachment or envy. A prince, after learning the knowledge, presented his Guru with 2 studded gold bracelets as Guru Dakshina. Sitting on the bank of the river, one of the bracelets fell into the swift water current. The prince, in horror, exclaimed, "What happened? How did it fall?" The Guru said, "Like this," and dropped the other bracelet into the river. Dayaluhu. A teacher may be well versed and well established in his subject and may have no desires for fame, name or wealth. Then what motivates him to teach? It is only love and compassion triggered by the eagerness of the student to learn that makes him teach. The Guru is moved by the ignorance created suffering of the beings in the world, and he therefore keeps teaching one set of students after another, traveling distances and crossing oceans just to quench the thirst for knowledge in the hope that at least some will get liberated. The Guru nor the scriptural mantras are ever lazy or get tired to, of teaching again and again in different ways. न मंत्राणाम जामिता अस्ति. ईशावास्य उपनिषद मंत्र 5 भाष्य. The disciples may be lazy or crazy, ungrateful or hateful, disruptive or combative, yet the Guru does not give up on them. The disciples once complained to the Guru about one amongst them who disturbed everybody and wanted him to be sent out. The Guru said, "Let him remain. You all can go, since you are all good and can learn anywhere." The Guru is indeed both knowledgeable and compassionate. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् Adi and is always engaged in the welfare of all. Samasta jana kalyane niratam karunamayam. Krutadnyata 1. Deshikaha. A teacher should also be a mentor and a guide. A guru should be able to instruct and give direction to the disciple in how to realize the truth and how to lead his life. An ordinary guru preaches, the good one teaches. The better guru guides and the best inspires the disciple by example to live an ideal life and reach the truth. Dakshaha. The teacher should be expert in teaching. Those who are knowledgeable do not necessarily have good communication skills or teaching ability. More important than the ability to teach is the ability to facilitate learning. A prayer of a student is quite touching. O teacher, if I do not understand the way you teach, can you teach the way I can understand? The Guru must be able to cite a variety of appropriate examples which are practical and insightful. Drishtanta Kushalah. Bhagavad Mahatmyam 6.20. Shishya Prashna Nivarakaha. The teacher should be able to answer the queries of the students to their satisfaction. In fact, a good teacher is able to initiate query and encourage questions. Various disciples from different backgrounds and different levels of spiritual growth will ask a whole range of questions. A guru with in-depth knowledge of the scriptures can not only solve their doubts but teach the students ways to find the answers within. Questions of some seekers would dissolve in the mere presence of Sri Raman Maharshi without even asking. A special quality of a guru, great guru, is now explained. आयान्तु बहवः शिष्याः विरक्ताश्च मुमुक्षवः एवमिच्छन् प्रतीक्षेत गुरुश्रेष्ठस्य सर्वदा. May many disciples who are dispassionate and are seekers of liberation come to me. Desiring this, the great Guru always waits for such disciples. Guru's call. The teacher finds fulfillment in teaching sincere and intelligent students and therefore advertises and waits for such students. The great Gurus of yore prayed. Many students who are sincere, intelligent, and with control of the senses and mind come to us from all sides. आमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा विमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा प्रमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा दमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. Taittiriya Upanishad 1.4.2. The disciples with the fourfold qualifications mentioned in the previous section are naturally the best and most awaited by the Guru. From the many who come, some at least a rare one, some last and a rare one realizes the truth. Swami Vivekananda was such a rare seeker, and Sri Ramakrishna Paramahans was overjoyed when he first saw him and told him that he had waited long years for him. Lord Yama was happy with his unbelievable 8-year-old student who rejected all worldly and heavenly powers and pleasures and sought the highest truth. The Guru, in praise of his students, said, O Nachiketa, may we get students who ask questions like you. Twadrumno bhuyan Nachiketa prashta. Kathopanishad 1.2.9. I consider that the door of liberation has opened for you. Virutagam sadma Nachiketa sammanye. Kathopanishad 1.2.13. Sri Gurudev and Chinmaya Mission. Sri Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda was one such great Guru. Amongst the multifarious activities of the Chinmaya Mission, the most important is the 2-year Vedanta course offered to seekers from all over the world at the Sandipanis seminaries. These are being conducted in various languages: English, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, and Kannada, and in various countries: India, US, South Africa, and Trinidad. There are many other short-term courses: Dharma Sevak course, Vedanta Darshan course, and e-courses, spiritual retreats and study classes where seekers study and reflect on the knowledge of the scriptures. The students are taught expecting nothing in return, but that they learn and fulfill their life. One disciple, after studying the 2-year Vedanta course, asked Gurudev, You have given us everything. What do you expect from us? He replied, Next time when we meet, just smile. The glory of the Guru is indeed indescribable. Sadguru Mahima Agadh. Only when one has something to gain, Praktavya, does one have something to do, Kartavya. Since the Guru has gained all that has to be gained, what does he have to do thereafter? एवमेव गुरोः कार्यं शिष्याणां स्यात् कृतार्थता गुरुस्वात्मनि स्थित्वास्ते सर्वभूतहिते रतः. The Guru has only one duty, ensuring the fulfillment, liberation of his disciples. Established in his own self, he remains engaged in the welfare of all beings. Guru's fulfillment. Since the realized master has attained the infinite bliss as his own self, he reveals a bliss and is fulfilled within. He reveals in bliss and is fulfilled within. Yastvatmaratirev syadatmatruptascha manavah atmanneva cha santushtas tasya karyam na vidyate. Gita 3.17. He does not gain anything that he does not already enjoy by doing something, or does he lose anything by not doing it? He does not depend on any action or person for his happiness. Naiva tasya krute nartho na krute neha kaschana na chasya sarvabhuteshu kaschidartha vyapashrayah. Gita 3.18. This state of total fulfillment, Kruttakrutyata, leaves him nothing more to do. kartavya. We do actions to fulfill ourselves, whereas the realized master acts out of fulfillment. Every action of his is not born out of compulsion, but an expression of his love and inner fulfillment. Guru's job profile. However, the Guru takes upon himself the duty of teaching and guiding the student till he too reaches a state of total fulfillment. Shri Krishna tells his disciple Arjun, I have given you this great knowledge, knowing which one becomes wise and fulfilled. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya naga etad buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata. Gita 15.20. The great master Shukadev taught his great disciple King Parikshit for 7 days non-stop. Finally, when asked if he had any more questions, Parikshit said that all his doubts were answered. The Guru, having accomplished his job, immediately left the place. The student realized the truth and became fulfilled. Such is the greatness of the Guru and the knowledge. The nature of the self, Atma Swarupam. This section is a dialogue between friends, one a young seeker and another a curious skeptic. गच्छसि कुत्र त्वं मित्र गुरुमेवाभिगच्छामि किं पठिष्यसि तत्र त्वं वेदान्ते यत् प्रकाशितम्. Question. Where are you going, my friend? Answer. I am going to my Guru. Question. What will you learn there? Answer. That which is revealed in Vedanta. Question. Where are you going? This simple question and a friend takes a different meaning. Where he sees that his fashionable and intelligent friend, dressed in a simple attire, with a rucksack on his back, is leaving home, probably for good. He does not look as though he was going to a party or to spend an evening in the library. He also does not seem to be leaving because he was fed up with life or in depression. Answer. I am going to my Guru. To his amazement, the seeker friend said that he was going to join an ashram, not Grihastha ashram, a householder's life, but a Guru's ashram. It is said that a thinking individual realizes the limitations of worldly attainments and gets detached. In order to know the truth, he should then approach a Guru and learn from him. Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedamayan nasti kritak kritena tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva abhigachet. Mundakoparishad 1.2.12. He too wishes to seek a higher purpose of life and has therefore decided to go to the Guru. He knows that no university teaches spiritual knowledge and hence he intends to join the Guru's ashram. It is commonly asked, how does one recognize one's Guru? When the desire for spiritual knowledge is strong and the mind is to an extent purified, the seeker recognizes the Guru when he meets him. Also, when he has faith in God, he knows that not only will God make him meet the Guru, but he will also make him realize the same. Question. What will you learn in the ashram? There is a common belief that an ashram is a place for old people, for those who are failures in life, and that people do nothing over there, no study, no TV, no life. When a person goes to a medical college, we know that he would be learning medical science and graduate as a doctor. But what would his young friend learn in an ashram? that too from a guru. What degree will he get and of what use will it be? Answer: I will be learning Vedanta. The seeker friend has enough knowledge and confidence that his quest will be fulfilling in studying Vedanta. The friend's curiosity has been really aroused, and he continues to quiz his friend. किमुक्तं वद वेदान्ते नाहं दुःखमयो जीवः कथय तर्हि कोऽसि त्वम् आत्मा नित्यचिदानन्दः. Tell me what is said in Vedanta. I am not this sorrow ridden individual. Then explain who are you. I am the self, which is infinite bliss and eternal consciousness. Question: what is said in Vedanta? Since he is not heard about it, he naturally wants to know what is that which his friend is willing to leave his home to study. Answer: Vedanta says, I am not sorrowful individual. As an individual, we all experience finitude. We find that we are bound by 100 limitations in actions, results, relationships, and so on. And there is no happiness in finitude. Nalpe sukhamasti. Chandogya Upanishad 7.23.1. There is no happiness in finitude. However much we try to free ourselves from limitations, we find ourselves still bound by them. We always want a bigger salary, a higher post, a better home, a costlier car, and even when we get them, the craving and sorrow continues. So the rich and the poor, the literate and the illiterate all seem unhappy. Question: then who are you if not the sorrowful individual? Most of us have taken for granted that we are meant to live as the finite individuals, and will naturally be sometimes happy and sometimes unhappy in life. If I am not who I if I am not who I and everyone in the world thinks who I am, then who am I? Answer: I am the self, which is eternal consciousness and infinite bliss. The seeker friend has read some books and discussed Vedanta with a few others, so he knows generally that Vedanta declares that our true nature is eternal and infinite existence, consciousness, bliss, Satchidananda. The Vedantic scriptures logically explain that the knower is different from the known, and that the known is inert and changing, and the knower is changeless. So we are not the body, mind, intellect, which are the known and changing, but the unchanging eternal self. The full implication of this knowledge is not yet grasped by the seeker friend, but he seems to generally understand the logic of Vedanta. This answer stumps the friend, and he continues asking, Kathitam tatra kimanyat atma mamaeva sarvatma को लाभस्तव ज्ञानेन मुक्तः प्रीणाम्यथः सर्वान्. Question: what else is said there in Vedanta? Answer: it is said that the self in me alone is the self of all. Question: what is the benefit of this knowledge to you? The benefit is that I become free and I delight all beings. Question: what else does Vedanta say? That I am the infinite self itself is too much to grasp. Could Vedanta talk anything more amazing? The self in me is the self of all. We always imagine a self within the body and the mind, separate and different in all, as myself, yourself, his self, and herself. But Vedanta says that the self in me is the same self in all beings, plants, animals, humans, and even the deities. The self is the infinite truth. Aham Brahmasmi. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 1.4.10. Question: of what use is this knowledge? Can it get you a job? Does it give you name, fame, or power? Will it make you happy? This knowledge frees us from all our sufferings caused by the body, mind, intellect, and the world of things, beings, and circumstances. It liberates you from all limitations. We find it difficult to love all, especially those we dislike, envy, or hate. When I see my own self in others, I naturally love all, as much as I love my own self unconditionally and always. Also, knowing that the self is all bliss, I am happy at all times. We can only share that we have what we have. One who knows the self shares his love and joy with all. Is this not the greatest gain, much more than any worldly gain? Wishing him all success for this great inner journey, the friend bids the seeker a warm farewell. Proof of God, Ish Siddhi. The seeker reaches the Guru's ashram, meets the master, and is accepted as his disciple. He lives with other disciples, follows a life of austerity, tapas, does spiritual practices, sadhanas, and serves the Guru with humility, seva. He studies the scriptures, swadhyaya, reflects on the knowledge, and discusses it with his classmates, manana. On one day, the Guru speaks on God, a topic of much controversy amongst people. He says, सर्वेश्वरोऽस्ति नास्ति वा शङ्कां मा कुरु हे सौम्य अस्ति निश्चितं श्रद्धस्व ततो ज्ञातुं विचारय. Oh, dear one, do not doubt whether God exists or not. He is certainly there. Have faith and then inquire to know Him. Doubts and beliefs. Some are sure that God does not exist. Some wonder if He exists. Some doubt about His existence. Some are semi believers and others believe in Him when in trouble or when convenient. The truth fact remains so, whether we believe in it or not. Truth is independent. It does not depend on anyone's belief or disbelief, or whether people approve or disapprove of it. Fire burns whether we like it or not, or believe in it or not. Being the truth, it proves itself. It is its own proof. God, the supreme truth, exists independent of our doubts, beliefs, or proofs. Belief in His experience benefits us. Many atheists and agnostics say that they do not see God, therefore, they do not believe in His existence. Sage Uddalaka explained about the unseen existence of God through an experiment. He asked his son disciple Shvetaketu to bring the tiny fruit of the huge banyan tree from the courtyard. He was then asked to break the fruit and keep breaking the seed within till it was imperceptible to the eye. Even though not seen with the naked eye, that unseen bit alone was the cause of the huge banyan tree. A person who has not first seen the fruit and its seed but told that the unseen bit in the hand was the cause of the tree would not have believed and would have said that because I do not see it, it do not believe I do not believe it exists. Similarly, God is the unseen truth who is the cause of the entire world. The sage advises his young disciple have firm faith in the existence of God or truth. Do not doubt. Shraddhatsva Saumyayati. Chandogya Upanishad 6.12.2. Blind faith and faith. Blind belief is based on sentiments and may break an analysis. Superstitions usually fall into this category. Some believe that the number 13 is inauspicious. Hotels number the 13th floor as 14th, knowing that it is in the 13th. Are people born on the 13th of a month or in 2013 unlucky? That would make a huge population unlucky by birth. Faith, on the other hand, is based on intellectual analysis and understanding avadharana. It gets strengthened by mere logic and knowledge. Faith and knowledge. Faith is belief pending inquiry. We are asked to inquire and know what we have faith in. Once knowledge takes place, that is, we experience firsthand what we believed in, faith has served its purpose. Therefore, faith precedes knowledge. Shri Krishna too says, one with faith gains knowledge. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Gita 4.39. To one who says, show me God, then I will believe in Him. We say, have faith in God's existence, then will you realize Him. The Guru now gives logic to strengthen our faith in God's existence. Asti रूपेण चेद भाति जगत सर्वं तथैव त्वम् असतो नैव कल्पेत उत्पत्तिर्जगतस्थितिः. If the world and you are experienced as existing entities, then the creation and sustenance of the world cannot be postulated from a non existing entity. Existence of existence. We may have doubts about the existence of God, but do we ever doubt the existence of the world or ourselves? Never. I exist and so does the world. How do we experience the world? I experience everything in the world in terms of existence or isness. The book I read is. The chair on which I sit is. The home where I live is. The earth on which we all reside is. Everything exists. Also, how do I experience myself? To others, she or he exists, and to myself, I am here. I too exist. The cause of the existing objects and being, the world and me, has to exist and be of the nature of existence. God, existence or non existence. Some say that God does not exist, whereas some say that God, truth, is a void, asat or shunya. Sage Uddalaka explains to his disciple that it is illogical to say that something comes out of nothing, that the world effect originated from a non existent asat cause. Children, when they play house, invite us to eat the imaginary food cooked by them and even ask how it tastes. We too play along and say that it is very tasty. Only imaginary taste comes from non existing food. The sage therefore concludes that existence, which is once one without a second, alone is the cause of the world. कथमसतः छांदोग्य उपनिषद 6.2.2 सत्वेव सौम्ये दमग्र सदैव सौम्ये दमग्रासीत् एकमेवाद्वितीयम् छांदोग्य उपनिषद 6.2.2 God, real or imaginary? Some say that God is man's imagination, created by weak minds who seek solace and redemption. Descartes said, D. Descartes says, I think, therefore I exist. But logically, I exist, therefore I think or imagine. Without existence, which is God or truth, nothing can exist, not even our imagination. Therefore, the fact that we can imagine God's existence proves that He exists for real. God, eternal or changing. Some say God or truth has momentary existence in the mind and that He exists only in living beings and not in inert objects, or that He too changes. In and through all the changes of my body, from childhood to old age, the changes exist and I too exist without changing. To know all the changes, the tree is when cut, the branch is when broken, the piece is when burnt, the ash is. The isness or existence remains the same, even though the name, form, function, and properties undergo change from tree to branch and from wooden piece to ash. Space, which is all pervading, too exists, as do all living beings and non living objects of the world. Therefore, God or truth exists and is of the nature of eternal, immutable, all pervading existence. Is God just existence or does He have any powers? Sadeva karanam tasmat तत्स्वशक्त्या युतं प्रभुः ईश्वरः स हि विज्ञेयो याहि त्वं शरणं विभुम्. Therefore, existence alone is the cause of the universe, united with its own power of creation. This existence is known as God, Ishwar, the Almighty Lord. You should surrender to Him, the all-pervading One, God the Almighty. We observe that everything in the world exists with some or the other inherent power, ability, creativity, or quality. A poet has poetry, an atom has nuclear energy, and an infant too has the power to invoke love and care, especially in his mother. We all have the power to see, hear, taste, think, feel, and so on. This power or ability exists in the object or being itself and cannot exist independent of it. I may misplace my spectacles, which enhance my vision, but my eyesight is always in its place. A first time speaker was asked what he was going to speak on. He confided, before I came here, me and God knew what I would speak. Since I have forgotten the speech paper, now God only knows what I will speak. Some are powerless and pointless without a PowerPoint presentation, whereas a good speaker has the power to present his point even without a PPT. God or truth is of the nature of eternal and infinite existence and inherently has infinite power. Also, a potter has the knowledge and the power to create the pot. Ghatakarta, घटज्ञश्च घटशक्तिमान घटज्ञानस्य. God, the creator of this infinite universe, naturally is omniscient and almighty. God, the all capable. God has the power to independently create, sustain, and dissolve the entire universe. He can do, undo otherwise, anything and everything. कर्तुं शक्यम अकर्तुं शक्यम अन्यथा वा कर्तुं शक्यम. कर्तुम कर्तुम अन्यथा वा कर्तुम समर्था. He has the power to will, Ichha Shakti, and the power, knowledge, Jnana Shakti, and the ability to execute his will, Kriya Shakti. This all capable Lord is called Prabhu, and his power is called Maya, Prakriti, Pradhan, or simply Shakti. God, the ruler. God is called Ishwar, the supreme ruler. A politician's rule depends on votes and notes. A king can be dethroned and a kingdom can be vanquished. A man by the name Lord Kartar Singh was asked who gave him the title of Lord. He said, "Before partition of India, I was a landlord. Now the land is in Pakistan. The Lord is here in India." The Supreme Lord's rule is unchallenged, His authority absolute, His rule eternal, and His kingdom ever in His control. A Sufi saint said, "Thousands of kings have come and gone, kingdoms have changed hands, but the rule of my Lord has not changed, nor will it ever change." हजारों बादशाह आए, हजारों सल्तनतें बदली, न बदली है न बदलेगी हुकूमत मेरी मेरे ख्वाजा की. God, our refuge. Knowing that there exists the Almighty and compassionate Lord of the universe, what should we as individuals do? What does a happy or distressed child do when he sees his mother welcoming him with open arms? He runs into her loving embrace. We too should take refuge in him, as he has promised to protect us and free us from all our sins. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज, अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Gita 18.66. When he accepts us as his own, we inherit his divine qualities and powers. His care relieves us of all our cares and concerns. His love fills us with peace, and His grace bestows us with the rare gift of devotion. His very presence destroys our ego, and we then become His willing and humble instruments in service of all. When Ravan was told by his sister Shurpanakha that Sri Ram had killed his mighty army chiefs Khara, Dushana, and Trishira, along with a well-armed army of 14,000 soldiers, single-handed, he realized that Sri Ram was God himself. Time and again he was told not to oppose Sri Ram, return his kidnapped wife, and surrender to him. But his ego would not allow him to do so. His 10 hairs, vast ego, were destroyed one after the other, and he died miserably after seeing his mighty army and sons being killed. Similarly, Vali, the monkey king, was told by his wife that his brother Sugriv, who was running scared of him for so long, would not have the guts to challenge him in battle without the backing of Sri Ram. He was warned not to challenge his power, but he too did not pay heed and died in battle. Whereas Hanuman recognized Sri Ram as the Lord and surrendered to him. His life thereafter became blessed as he spent at in loving service of the Lord. Not only did he surrender, but he also forged a friendship between Sugriv and Sri Ram, thus ensuring their protection. Sugriv was crowned the king after the death of Vali. Hanuman also encouraged Vibhishan to take refuge in Sri Ram, and he too was crowned the king of Lanka after the death of Ravan. Glory, Bhuti, victory, Vijay, and wealth, Shri, comes to those who surrender to God. Tatra Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Gita 18.78. Five types of faith. Panchadha Shraddha. We cannot surrender without faith. Therefore, the Guru now elaborates on this very important topic. आत्मज्ञाने प्रवृत्तो यश्रद्धां सन्धारये दृढां श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं नान्यथेदं सुनिश्चितम्. The one who is on the path of self-knowledge must have firm faith. Indeed, knowledge is attained by one who has faith and certainly not by anyone else. Faithful and the faithless. The faithful should not waste time trying to convince a die-hard atheist who has decided not to believe. I once encountered one such person who wished to get into an argument with me. I told him it was perfectly fine for him not to believe in God. He still continued, I don't belong to any ism. I told him, good, you belong to a group that does not believe in belonging to any ism. Also, one should not try and change the faith of other. Once an elderly Christian lady asked me, Swami, do you know who created the world? I promptly replied, Father in heaven. She was happy and silent thereafter. Importance of faith. Everyone has faith in something or the other, and we all live by it. We are what our faith is. Shraddha mayoyam purusho yo yat shraddhas eva sah. Gita 17.3. We have faith in the barber that he will not cut our throat with the sharp razor in his hand, and in the pilot that the plane we are on will not crash land. We would be in a perpetual state of doubt, worry, and fear without trust in ourselves and others. For a spiritual seeker, faith is his wealth, sampatti. The word Shraddha means that which has the capacity to hold the truth. Shrat Sat Dhatte iti Shraddha, which means that one with faith can realize the truth. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam, Gita 4.39. It is the virtue that makes the other qualities like dispassion and intelligence effective. Saint Tulsidas says, I bow down to Lord Shiva and Parvati, who are the embodiment of faith, without which even great Siddhas cannot see the Lord seated right in their hearts. Bhavani Shankarau Vande Shraddha Vishwasarupinam Yabhyam Vinana Pashyanti Siddha Svantastham Ishwaram. तुलसी रामायण बालकांड मंगल श्लोक 2. Saint Kabirdas too said that the Lord resides only in faith. मैं केवल विश्वास में. संत कबीर. We always have faith in something. Faith is categorized into 5 types based on the locus of our faith. They are प्रमाण बुद्धिर वेदांते ब्रह्म सद्भाव निश्चये सद्गुरोर ब्रह्मनिष्ठत्वे स्वात्मनः कर्म सामर्थ्ये साधने गुरुणा प्रोक्ते विश्वासः पालनं तथा एवं पंचविधा श्रद्धा भवेत् साधक मुक्तिदा. Faith in the authenticity of Vedanta, firm faith in the existence of reality Brahman, faith that the Guru is well established in that reality, faith in one's own ability of achieving it, and faith in the efficacy of the spiritual practice as advised by the Guru. These fivefold faith shall bestow liberation to the seeker. Faith in Vedanta. Right knowledge takes place through a valid means of knowledge. For example, the local gossip is not the right source for knowing what happened in society. The 3 main means of knowledge are direct perception, pratyaksha pramana. Knowledge that takes place through our senses, eyes, ears, nose, skin, and tongue, is the basis of all our worldly knowledge. We have great faith in our senses and claim, it is true, I saw it with my own eyes. Once a lady serving me food said that the vegetable did not have chilies, but my tongue was on fire and my eyes were watering as I ate the vegetable. Whom would I believe, the lady or my tongue? Logical analysis or inference. Anuman Praman. I know it must have rained overnight when I see the roads wet in the morning. We solve problems based on the analysis of data gathered by asking the 6 W's: who, what, when, where, why, and how. Most of us believe in something only when logically proved or understood. Authority or verbal testimony, Shabda Praman. We have great faith in the written and spoken words. From childhood, we have gained knowledge through listening to our parents, elders, and teachers and reading books. We search for information on Google and understand world issues through TV news and news analysis by experts. These are valid means of knowledge of the world, but they cannot help us to know the self, the very knower of all knowledges. The scriptures of Vedanta Upanishads are the means for self knowledge. They are revealed knowledge realized by sages in their seat of meditation. Thousands through the ages have realized the truth revealed by them. We need to have faith that Vedanta is the only authentic and valid means of self knowledge. Then alone will we to study the scriptures of Vedanta and know the truth. Faith in God or truth. We have already seen that God or truth exists as existence. Faith in the existence of God alone will prompt us to know God. How can I run towards a non existing or illusory God? The sages say the truth is realized when one meditates with faith and devotion. Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yogadavaihi. Kaivalya Upanishad 1.2. Faith in Guru. The disciple needs to have faith in the ability and the nobility of the Guru. He must believe that the Guru is well versed in the scriptures, well established in the truth, and is compassionate and a noble soul. He must also have faith that the Guru will be able to answer all his doubts, give him right guidance, and be with him till the end, and also that the Guru will not misguide or cheat him, nor abandon him. 6 disciples went to sage Pippalad for knowledge. They were asked to stay for a year following various disciplines and would thereafter be allowed to ask any questions. The sage then says, "If I know the answer, I shall tell you. यदि विज्ञास्यामः सर्वं हवो वक्ष्याम इति." Prashnopanishad 1.2. The students stayed on as they had faith that Sage Pippalad was a realized master and would be able to answer all their questions. His words only showed his humility. Faith in oneself. When we look at how deeply we are entrenched in worldly attachments and bodily comforts, so full of ego, anger, passion, and greed, and so lacking in the qualities needed in a seeker, we wonder if and when we will ever realize God, truth. Also, we hear of great sages like Vishwamitra who have fallen prey to temptation, and how rare is the one who realizes. There are also others who try to dissuade us and keep testing our confidence. In spite of all these challenges, the seeker must have confidence that he too can attain the goal and must courageously walk the path. Faith in the grace of God and guidance of the Guru will greatly bolster our confidence of attaining the truth. Faith in the means. Not only does the seeker need faith in the goal, but also in the means as instructed by the Guru, and also the enthusiasm and the patience to follow them, till he reaches God or truth. Sage Pippalada has instructed the 6 disciples to have a life of austerity, self control, and serve the Guru for a year. They faithfully did what they were told to do, and thereafter their minds were well tuned and ready for the answers that the Guru gave. Some with faith take mantra diksha, initiation of a mantra, but then do not practice the mantra and therefore do not experience the benefits. तान् सऋषिरुवाच भूय एव तपसा ब्रह्मचर्येण श्रद्धया संवत्सरं संवत्स्यत. Prashnopanishad 1.2. Some change the mantra after a little practice, thinking that it is not powerful enough. Some show great respect for the Guru but do exactly as they please and not what he instructs. लोग गुरु को मानते हैं पर गुरु की नहीं मानते हैं. The scriptures and the gurus say that the truth should be realized by the means of listening, reflection and meditation. आत्मा वा अरे द्रष्टव्य श्रोतव्यो मंतव्यो निदिध्यासितव्यः. बृहदारण्यक उपनिषद 2.4.5. With full faith, we should practice them diligently. Our faith in all the above should be doubtless firm and unshakable. Enquiry of means and goal. Sadhana sadhya vivekaha. Importance of inquiry of means and goal. We are all bestowed with the ability to distinguish, analyze and understand Vivek Shakti, the ability to distinguish between the eternal and impermanent, Nitya Anitya Vivek, was already discussed as a necessary qualification in a seeker. Refer section 2. One such important ability is the inquiry of the means sadhana and the goal sadhya. It is a fact that no goal is attained without the right means, and that the nature of the goal determines the type of means we should adopt. Not understanding this leads to a lot of confusion. Some consider the means as the goal and others the goal as the means. For example, many think that making money is the goal of life. Do we want money for the sake of money or for name, fame, power, and comforts that it can give? Is money a means to peace, love, and happiness? Also, do we want happiness for the sake of happiness or for the sake of something else? Some adopt the wrong means and wonder why they do not reach the goal. A medical course can obviously make me a physician and not a musician. A man with a fracture asked the doctor, "Will I be able to play the violin when my plaster is removed?" When told, "Yes, you can," he said, "Good, I do not know how to play it now." The spiritually confused. Continuous confusions. Confusions due to lack of understanding between the means and the goal abound amongst the religious and spiritual seekers. Some ask, why do bad things happen to good people? I have been going to the temple religiously for years. Why did my child die? Will meditation cure me of my indigestion? Will the study of the scriptures give me a promotion? Some consider the intermediate goals as the ultimate goal, or the side effects and extra effects as the main result. That is why people get excited when they see divine sights, or hear divine sounds, or feel a tingling sensation, or get heat in the spine when they meditate and consider these as great achievement. We continue in the next class. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.